So where are we headed, Kevin?
We are testing the range of SmokeX right now.
Okay, what are we doing out here?
So this is away from any interference that you might see in the neighborhood. So it's a relatively flat area. There's not a lot of power lines right where we are. There's no cell phones, there's no Wi-Fi networks. So it's pretty remote, but it's perfect for testing conditions of RF signals.
So what wireless signals would interfere with the overall length of transmission? Like Wi-Fi and...
Yeah, so besides physical obstacles like buildings, houses, trees, walls, RF signals are also interfered with by your cell phone. Your cell phone has Wi-Fi built in, Bluetooth built in, a lot of different wireless technology that will end up interfering with a true wireless signal. Even in your house, you could be running your microwave and be interfering with the wireless signal.
Okay, so out here we're really guaranteed, well, not guaranteed, but we've got a lot less interference than in your home, in your neighborhood.
Yes, this is the best way of testing a range of wireless communications without a true lab with a vacuum and no interference at all.
Okay. How did we maximize this range? How did we get to this kind of 1.24 miles?
Well, the range was actually pretty tricky. There's a couple factors that impact the range of the product. So we have to balance power needs. So the further you go, the more power you need. With that is also communication time, so the interval rate. So SmokeX talks at a 30-second interval, which is longer than our previous generation Smoke. But that was so we can get the transmission signal out that we needed to get out.
Okay.
During that 30 seconds, we're actually talking back and forth a couple times between the two units before the receiver actually gets temperature displays. There's a confirmation of the reading. And so determining a distance is how much battery are you going to use up, how often are you transmitting, and how far. And you can adjust all three of those variables and get different situations, but we felt 1.24 miles line of sight was probably the best that we needed for the purpose, and the purpose was to get through any obstacles in your house. So if your house is covered in brick or you have stucco, which behind stucco is chicken wire, that all can interfere with signals in a house. And a lot of people will get an RF wireless thermometer, put it on their back porch, walk into their kitchen and drop a signal because their brick wall interferes. So the purpose of SmokeX was to push through all of those interferences. And in your home, we've tested at several different houses, in the basement, in cold storage units in houses, and the signal penetrates all of that. So it wasn't necessarily designed for you to go 1.24 miles away and get a reading. It was more for getting through any obstacles in the immediate surrounding area.
Okay, gotcha. So a typical, if I drive away from my house to the grocery store, I'm going to drop signal because of all the buildings and obstacles in the way.
The buildings, the obstacles, you're in a metal car that probably has tinted windows, that's going to interfere with it. So as soon as you get in the car, you're going to get a lot of interference. And the further away you drive, how many houses, think of how many walls are in each house.
All the way through to the store.
All the way through to the store. So those are the things that we're trying to overcome. Again, you're not going to get 1.24 miles in the real world, but it's a good comparison against the other units on the market. So looking at spec per spec, 1.24 miles is our maximum transmission range, where houseware companies are going to say 300 or might claim 500 feet is their specification.
And 300 feet also impacts the signal strength, right? If ours 1.24 miles is a stronger signal to get into my house from my backyard, whereas 300 maximum range, maximum feet, also translates to a weaker signal strength to get through those walls, right?
That's right. So, and that's the whole purpose we say the line of sight distance, the 1.24 miles, because that's a good indication of this is how much stronger our signal is of penetrating walls and penetrating other obstacles or interferences.